Okay, we were just speaking in the previous video about the 4-loss group. There are the 4 men who have 4 losses. So now with that Takakeisho win, they're sort of in the hunt for the cup again, because there's still 2 days to go, and Takakeisho and Atami Fuji could both lose a match on Saturday and or Sunday, and then have 4 losses, and somebody would win the Yusho with an 11-4 instead of a 12-3. Can Takakeisho beat both Ozeki on back-to-back days to maintain his 3-loss record and win the Yusho with a 12-3? Or will Atami Fuji keep winning and possibly there be a playoff? We just don't know. So it's going to be an exciting weekend, I think. Now this is sort of an almost an also ran match between these two guys, but for these two guys, it's a very important match, right? So we have Ozeki Kirishima on the left. He's at 7-5, needs one more win, not only for his Kachikoshi, but to erase his Kadoban status. And speaking of Kadoban, Ozeki Hoshoryu in the blue on the right is trying to get 2 more wins to avoid being Kadoban in November. And he if he loses here, he has to win Saturday and Sunday, which means he has to beat Takakeisho, which means Takakeisho would have a loss, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's kind of going to be an interesting little set of dominoes, and we'll have to see how they all fall. Other 4-loss guys include Sekewake Daieisho. Who else? Takayasu, of course, who lost to Hokuto Fuji today. Hokuto Fuji, that was his Kachikoshi. Asanoyama won today, but only to 8-5. Uro won. He's now 7-6. Tamawashi got a second win. He's now 2-11. He beat Daishoho, who's at 3-10, and at Maegashira 17. So he's getting demoted for sure. Another 4-loss guy is Hokuseiho. The Maegashira 11 won today over Takanosho, so he's 9-4. And Maegashira 10, Kim Bozan, is at 9-4. So all of those guys are now technically in the hunt for the cup, and they would just have to wait and see if Takakeisho and Atami Fuji lose to kind of activate their chances. So big matches tomorrow. I'll definitely have them on the channel. Abi versus Atami Fuji, Takakeisho versus Hoshoryu in the final match of the day. What do you got in this one? This is a hard one to call. If they were both 100% healthy, whew, I don't know. This is going to be a fun matchup, I think, as we go forward in sumo in the next, say, 2 years. I think this could be a really fun rivalry. You've got the larger, stronger Kirishima versus the more interesting technician Hoshoryu, and both very good at what they do. You don't get to Ozeki by accident. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Now, what do you think? Does Hoshoryu want it a little bit more to go to 7-6? Which is what Kirishima will be if he loses this. And then they both have to win one of their 2 matches on the weekend. Whew, I don't know. All right, so Wakamoto Haru won. The Sekewake is now 8-5. He beat Tsurugisho, kind of taking him out of the hunt for the cup. The Maegashira 16, though, still had a good tournament. And we'll go up the Banzuke from the very bottom. Tobizaru won today. The Komusubi is now 6-7. And the other Komusubi, Nishikigi, got his Make Koshi. He's now 5-8. He lost to Shodai. So that's one open Komusubi slot. Maegashira 1 Hokuto Fuji is right now the lead man to get it, because he is 8-5 already. And should get promoted up into that empty Komusubi slot. The other Maegashira 1, Meisei, lost to Ura, and he's 6-7. So he could get Kachikoshi, but he has to win Saturday and Sunday. Asanoyama's hoping to get maybe a few more wins and leapfrog Meisei, maybe into a slot. But we just have to see, what happens with the Sekewake. One Sekewake, well, both, no, sorry. 2 of the 3 Sekewake already have Kachikoshi, so they're not going anywhere. Only Kotonowaka could get demoted, but he's already 7-6. So even if he went 7-8, I think he'd only get demoted down to Komusubi. So I don't think there's going to be an open Komusubi slot for Asanoyama to take. Excuse me, he'll have to settle for going up to Maegashira 1. Okay, here we go.
朝周王の装束伊之助軍配が帰りました。左に動きました。右四つです。霧島が体勢を作りました。ただむやみに出ると逆転の投げもあります。まだ形は霧島です。豊昇龍半身寄り切りました。霧島勝って勝ち越し、角番を抜け出しました。
All right, so there it is, his 8th win. He erases Kadoban status, and he is now 8-5. Kirishima is a very strong man. And for you Hoshoryu fans, he now has to win Saturday and Sunday. Now, one of those matches is against the other Ozeki, and that's tomorrow, but we don't know who he's going to fight on Sunday. Heck, they could give him a Tommy Fuji. We'll just have to see. All right, as we get ready to watch the replay, I did last night when I was posting the videos jump over to the contest page, and here are the leaders as of day 12, obviously not including the results from today. Number 1 is Nick Morocco with 43 points for his team. Number 2 all alone is Alan Barrett, if I'm saying that right. 42, no, 2 people, Gomen. A person named Alan and a person named Barrett. Okay, 2 people tied for second place, 42 points. Then this third place, 5 people tied. Style, oh, I didn't write this. Ravin, Hakuryoho, Evan M, Headley. That always makes me think of Blazing Saddles. Headley helmet, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, those 5 people have 41 points, and then 23 people are tied for 4th place with 40 points on down. So my team's still suffering a bit. For instance, Hoshoryu's on my team, and he lost today. So that wasn't good, for my team at least. Okay, but I'm looking forward. I'm so glad it's the weekend. Been a long week at work. Home now, going to have some tacos tonight. It's not that hard to find taco stuff here in Japan, either through import shops or Amazon. So I am going to fix myself some tacos. So my hometown is San Diego in California, very close to Mexico. I love Mexican food, and that's on the agenda. Tomorrow I have to go do a school thing in the morning, but I'll be home for Sumo, no problem. And Sunday, John Wick 4 finally opened in Japan, so I'm probably going to go to the movies Sunday afternoon before the Sumo starts. It's a long movie, though. I just looked at the times the other day to see when I could go, and it's like a 2 hour 45-minute movie. So I hope it's worth it, Keanu. But yeah, I like those movies, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, here's your winners and losers. And as you can see, some of them have an 8 and got their Kachikoshi. But we'll probably have some 7-7 records going into day 15, as we often do. Meisei there could be one of them. He's 6-7 now. You know, Ura, if he loses tomorrow, will be 7-7 on day 15, etc. But big win for Takakeisho to even out with Atami Fuji, and it really does still keep it pretty wide open for the final weekend. Nobody can clinch it tomorrow. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.